Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So this is a viewer requested video from a couple weeks ago. Someone asked me if I could do a reading for twin flames, and you guys know I am not a fan of focusing on the relationships in our life. This is sort of biased, but my own experiences with relationships and karmic relationships have made me learn the hard way and have helped me to develop more awareness of my own self. So I have 4 piles here today. You can head to the description or the comments for the timestamps to each pile and the meditation, because I do want to quickly sort of discuss soulmates, twin flames, things like that, and exactly what I mean when I refer to a future partner. There's a lot of talk about how people are being lied to when it comes to twin flame and soulmate relationships, and I think that the actual culprit is pretty simple. We as humans have a tendency to lean towards comfort and convenience. So instead of relationships, we strive for soulmates or twin flames because those relationships are destined. And since they're destined, it means that they will be easy or effortless. Twin flames, soulmates, in my opinion, they're not like the movies. Relationships in general are challenging because they push you towards your evolution, much like the universe. And this isn't to say that all relationships are going to be difficult or painful. Sometimes they are. But relationships will constantly encourage you to always reach your highest potential, much like how the universe pushes us along, whether we like it or not. This is because soulmates or ordained relationships are energetically bonded. Your souls are tied in some way. So this is a person or a being that is hand-selected by the universe for a very specific purpose. So if the universe is behind this or has orchestrated this person or being crossing paths with you, then for sure this relationship will be a living, breathing, physical embodiment of the universe and spirit working in your life. And spirituality is not for comfort, it's for clarity, understanding, and truth. All of these things require evolution, and evolution is uncomfortable. I actually said this in my last video that I just posted, where I talked about how if you are here on this earth right now, you are chosen. You are somebody that has been chosen, then that means that there are certain things required of you for your evolution. There are certain pains that you will go through, certain lessons and challenges and obstacles, certain things that you have to overcome. So evolution is uncomfortable, point blank, period. And these profound relationships, whether we end up experiencing pain or bliss, they will push us along either way, and sometimes it is difficult. So some will say that soulmates can be painful, like karmic relationships. I can talk a lot about karmic relationships. Now, those relationships I have experienced. A soulmate or a twin flame relationship, I have not experienced, but karmic relationships, oh yeah. And so some people will say that soulmates can be painful just like karmic relationships, and other people will say otherwise. And so for me personally, I think it's a case-by-case situation depending on yours and this other person's journey and how much each of you have learned so far. Like some people see life as painful and others see it as an opportunity to learn. It is dependent upon the individual, so it's very subjective. So some people think that dating a doctor means they won't get cheated on, or dating a God-fearing man or a woman means certain things won't happen. We have to stop really diminishing people to these factors and labels, because we are so much more than these details like our profession or race, belief systems. There's a lot more factors that weigh into how we treat each other, because it stems from how we feel about ourselves. And it's a different level of enlightenment a person has to reach in order to find and maintain their peace. It's not impossible, but that's what we're all here to learn in some degree, and we learn through mistakes, okay? Plus, I'm the type of person that has learned on my own journey to focus on the self, because when we focus on our own path, we are always led to those that are fated to be in our life. So when you focus on the self, you will be led directly to the souls that you are meant to encounter. In my experience, from what I've seen, this is not something that you have to rush, force, manipulate, or even manifest. We can, but I don't believe that it's necessary, because I believe that you and your soul partner are destined, because it's what the universe and spirit ordained. And this is how I see soul relationships, and I thought that this pick a card could be really helpful as a message from them, because if you feel you have a soulmate out there, then you can communicate with them. You can talk to them, ask them how they are, tell them how you are doing. You'd be surprised the messages that you receive through dreams, the messages and signs you'll start to get. Like I said, your souls are already bonded, so this means that you can tap into their energy, their frequency, in order to communicate with them. So when I refer to a soul partner or a future partner throughout this reading, this can mean for you whatever it means for you. So if you are looking for a soulmate or a twin flame, or just your next boyfriend or girlfriend, a spouse, a counterpart, a life partner, whatever comes to mind as a relationship that you are looking forward to is what I mean when I say future partner. So you are the one that is in control here. You are the one that's in the driver's seat here as far as what a future partner means for you, okay? Just wanted to clear that up since there's so many conflicting information and opinions and ideas on what these relationships are and what they mean, and everyone thinks that they are right in some form, and they are right for their own personal unique experience. But now before we get to the reading, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those of you that like to pick piles with objects on them. So if you'd like to participate in this meditation, get into a nice relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Once you've done that a few times, I really want you to think about your future partner. You can think about how they look, how they'd sound, how they would feel, how they would smell, anything that really sort of connects you to their frequency, anything that connects you to their energy. Conjure them up in your mind and feel them. And so you can specify, I want to hear from the future partner that is meant for my highest and greatest good, that is meant for my evolution, that is in alignment with my highest and greatest potential, that is in alignment with my vibration, that is in alignment with where I am going. So think of this person, conjure them up, really feel them with so much unconditional love. And once you tap into that frequency, ask them if there's any messages from their higher self that they would like to communicate to your higher self. And as you channel their frequency, take some deep breaths, stay focused on their energy. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. We'll start that meditation right now. All right, here on pile 1 is a dendritic agate. Here on pile 2, lepidolite. On pile 3, honey calcite. And pile 4, celestine. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to meditate with the crystals on each pile. All right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you guys to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what message your future partner has for you today. All right, in pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with the tarot cards first before moving on to the oracle cards. And I'm not going to be reading the tarot cards in any particular order. I'm just going to be flipping them all over at once, the tarot cards anyway, and just sort of divining the messages that I get from them, okay? So let's just go on ahead and start. The first tarot card that we have here is the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the High Sage, otherwise known as the High Priestess, in reverse. Okay, so the very first message that I'm getting here is, this was almost instant, is stop looking for me. For some of you, the first message is to stop looking for me. When the time is right, it will happen. And when it happens, you're going to know. Ace of Swords. You don't need to look for me. This is what this is a message from your future partner right now. Is they are saying that you don't need to look for me because we are already connected. High Priestess. As well as this is coming in for some of you, there's a possibility that the person that you are meant to be with in some way is from your past, or you have met them before with this High Priestess in reverse here. That may also be why the message stop looking for me is coming in so strong. Okay, so some of you in pile 1, if you have intuitively picked this pile, either you are with the person right now that you are meant to be with, or you have met them before. The reason the message to stop looking for me is coming through so strong is because I believe that some of you have already found this person and just haven't accepted it yet with this High Priestess in reverse. You keep asking for signs or trying to manifest it or pray for it or set intentions. You are spending too much energy on something that has already been written by the stars. It has already been written in stone by the universe. You guys' partnership or relationship is already in the book. So this pile 1 is saying to have faith with this Ace of Swords right here and this High Priestess. Have faith in what you already know, Ace of Swords, but it is buried deep in your soul, the High Priestess. This is also why you feel so connected or drawn to partnerships, relationships. Maybe you believe in soulmates. And this is because that there is a part of you that knows so strongly that this person is out there. You don't even have to have faith about it because you don't need to. It's like you already know and are just waiting for it to manifest because you're like, I know this is true. This is extremely strong intuition here. But like I said, this person has been ordained for you for a very long time now. For those of you that may not feel as though, or maybe you just sort of second guess if it's ever going to happen because it hasn't happened yet, you may be losing faith in this. The Ace of Swords is saying here, do not lose your faith. The Ace of Swords is saying to connect to your faith so much that you know it to be true. Connect to your faith so much that you don't even need faith because you know it. Anytime we deal with aces, we are dealing with another entity from a higher dimension that is gifting us with something. In this case, the gift is knowledge. You have been gifted with the knowledge that this person is out there. Those signs that you've been receiving, those messages that you've been getting are real. The way that the light is sort of sitting behind this sword here. Hopefully you guys can see that. But you see this sort of like light just sort of emitting from behind the sword. The way that the light is sort of emitting behind the sword is so powerful. I feel like it's saying there is nothing else. In other words, do not listen to your fears or ego or insecurities because there is no other truth. There is only one truth, and you have been gifted with the knowing of this truth with this Ace of Swords here. You've been gifted with that one truth, so you can believe in it. So your future partner is saying to stop looking for me because they are coming, or they are already in your life, or they have already came into your life at some point. So either way, this is happening, but you will need to have faith and to maintain that faith. Each of these cards speaks highly of faith. The Three of Wands, before he embarks on his journey, yes, he took time to plan in the Two of Wands, but he needs faith to be able to step out with those plans and to execute them. Plans are nothing more than ideas if we do not believe in them. They will forever remain dreams, wants, and aspirations if we do not have faith in ourselves enough to know that we can bring these plans into being. The Ace of Swords is all about believing in something that just sort of falls in your lap. The aces never have to do with us. This is always an intervention of a higher being coming to bring us something. So when we deal with aces, we have to believe in what fell into our laps or what has come into our life. Because when something falls into our lap, it can sometimes make us question why. Even though it's something that we want, we may ask why because we are unsure of how it ended up with us without us doing anything. That is faith. When we don't ask why, that is faith. When we're just appreciative and we just say, you know what, thank you, because I knew this belonged to me. So if you were asking why something has fallen into your lap, that means that we are lacking faith, okay? And the High Priestess, we already know that she's all about faith because she asks us to trust our intuition. She actually demands us to trust our intuition anytime we deal with her. She never comes through with any sort of tangible sort of facts, honestly. The High Sage, the High Priestess, she is always about, you know what, I'm going to tell you something, or I'm going to show you something, or I'm going to communicate with you in some way where you have to solely rely on your intuitive knowing, and that's it. So let's go on ahead and look at you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that we are seeing, what other messages that your future partner has to say to you. This was beautiful so far. So let's see. And we have here, child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. You guys, child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. The Ace of Swords and the High Priestess. The Ace of Swords, what have I been saying? The Ace of Swords is that knowledge that lies within you. You already know that this person is meant for you. You already know that there is somebody out there that is meant for you. The High Priestess, she's all about this inner knowing. The Three of Wands, he has knowledge that lies within him because he has already done enough planning in the Two of Wands. So this is intelligence that lies within each of these cards. And then we have Child of the Cosmos. I told you it has been written in the stars, you guys. Pile 1, it's been written in the stars for you. Then we have inner voice. Exactly. And look at these hands. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys, inner voice to me is telling me for sure, this sounds a lot like the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a small, quiet, gentle inner voice. And this is why she is overlooked a lot of the times. This is why we don't notice her a lot of the times, because she's so quiet. And she's quiet because she's beckoning us to come to her. That's like if you're like in a loud room or something and somebody isn't necessarily speaking loudly, and so you have to get closer and closer and closer to them because they're not moving, they're not budging, and they're not speaking any louder. So it's like you have to come closer to them in order to be able to hear them. That is exactly who the High Priestess is, and that is exactly what I'm getting with this inner voice. So very many of you, like I said, pile 1 is you guys have extremely strong intuition when it comes to your partner, your future partner, the partner that has been divinely organized, I guess you could say, for you, or coordinated for you in your life. So inner voice, I feel like, is saying, you have received messages. And like I said, I even said that, yeah, with this High Priestess in reverse, I even said you keep asking for signs and messages and you keep trying to manifest it because the signs that you're getting, they're so quiet, but you're still getting these signs. So it's like, well, I need more signs to confirm this last sign, or I need more signs for this to confirm that. That's because this voice is so small, it's so quiet. It is the High Priestess all day, but it is your High Priestess. And this High Priestess in reverse is saying, your future partner is saying, trust yourself. Trust this inner voice you have. Trust this inner voice and this inner knowing that lies within you. Trust yourself. And then the last card that we have here is Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. Beautiful. Wish Fulfilling Crow. I already told you guys, like, you are manifesting this person. You are manifesting this relationship. And this says wish fulfilling crow. You don't even need to manifest them. You don't even need to. Like, this wish has already been fulfilled. It's already been written in the stars. That's why there's an inner voice that lives within you that is speaking about this so regularly, because a part of you already knows. That part of you is your higher self, your soul. It already knows. Trust that. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to read a paragraph of this card from the book, because I just got this deck, and so I'm still learning a lot of it. I like to read through the books of decks that I really just don't understand because they're so intriguing to me. So I'm still really getting to know the messages behind some of these cards here. So it says here, you can have what you truly want. Oh my God. I knew there was something in the book for that. Okay. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers. And have confidence, you guys, inner voice, that the universe hears your prayers, okay? And is even now leading you into that which you seek. I told you it has been written in the stars. It's destined, it's fated. You guys will meet. You guys will be in each other's life. You can take sanctuary within your personal connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I kind of want to pull on camera for this pile. I just kind of want to. Give me a second, you guys. All right. I'm just using this one. I don't know the name of it, but it's somebody commented what it was. The Romance something, but it's pretty popular by Doreen Virtue. So give me a second, you guys. It says, wow, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you are guided to take. Okay, so this could be some inner work that still needs to happen. Some inner work on your part, and some inner work possibly even on your future partner's part. Because we have, like I said, this message just keeps coming up that you need to trust yourself. You need to be able to lean into your own intuitive understanding. All right, so we have make the effort, and under the deck we have beautiful engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. You guys, it's written in the stars. It's written in the stars. That should be pile one's theme. It is written in the stars. You just need to trust it. And I feel like the effort that you need to make is with trusting yourself, trusting in love, trusting the universe, trusting the fact that love is going to lead you. It's going to lead you every step of the way to the exact destination that you are supposed to be at, okay? This is all that I'm saying for my pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit itself for this message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, believe in what you know, believe in yourself, and I'll be back later, okay? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with the tarot cards first before moving on to the oracle cards. And the tarot cards here, I'm not going to be reading in any particular order. I'm just going to be flipping all 3 of them over at once and divining whatever messages just come through to me, okay? So let's go on ahead and start. Let's see what your future partner's higher self has to say to you today. First one that we have here is the Seeker of Cups, otherwise known as the Page of Cups. The Ten of Coins, otherwise known as the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Four of Wands. One really important message your future partner's higher self wants you to know, or is trying to communicate to you, is there's actually 2 messages here. One is that some of you have lost faith in relationships, you've lost your trust in people, and you possibly have even lost love for yourself. And you've been rebuilding towards establishing your own way, your own life, and legacy with this Ten of Coins in reverse here. Then there's some of you here in this pile that has had a bad experience with relationships, your own romantic relationships, or the relationships that you saw growing up in your family, and the things that you've been exposed to have shaped your view of what you think you want or need to be happy, to be at peace. So there's a really important message here to get across. Pile 2 is playing no games. Pile 2 is very, very serious. It's like Saturn vibes here. But Pile 2 is saying, whatever you feel you lost, or whatever you didn't have in your own relationships, your past relationships, or whatever you saw growing up that you feel wasn't right, or that you feel wasn't a good, healthy situation, you are not going to be able to find that or make that in your own family, Four of Wands here, until you make peace with what you witnessed. So you have to make peace with your past, Pile 2. Either you need to, or some of you are in the process of doing that. The reason that this message is coming through so strong is because we have the Seeker of Cups here, otherwise known as the Page of Cups. And this page or seeker is trying to find something. He is seeking connection. He is trying to understand connection. He is trying to understand emotions. He is seeking relationships or trying to understand his own relationships. He is seeking emotions or trying to understand his own emotions. So what we have here is someone seeking to understand people, love, relationships, emotions, their past relationships, their family's relationships, their friends' relationships. This is someone observing the relationships around them or their past relationships and creating an idea of people and loved based off of their past with this 10 of coins in reverse. And because of these observations, it has affected your own idea of family life or home life with this 4 of Wands. So you may have said, when I have my family or kids of my own, or when I get married, or when I get into a relationship of my own, or when I'm this age, or when I'm here at this point in my life, I'm not going to be like what I saw. Or you may not trust people and love because of what you saw. Either way, there's something about the past with this Page of Cups and this 10 of Coins in reverse that just keeps hitting me. And it's possibly dominating your impression of what it's like to be in some form of a committed partnership with this 4 of Wands here. The 4 of Wands is all about establishing a home base, whether it's with blood relatives or not. This is about finding your place in the world with people you love and instituting that. This is someone that wants a stable, secure home. They want a secure place, a secure base, secure relationships, secure partnerships that will not change. The 4 of Wands doesn't like unpredictability. That's what he deals with when he gets to the 5 of Wands. And that's exactly what the suit of wands is pursuing. That's what he is seeking. He is seeking stability, somewhere that he can just be safe, somewhere that he can just belong and create a home. And so he's always searching for stability. He's always searching for somewhere that he can just constantly be inspired and in love with life and feel this passion, because he burns with so much passion. So the 4 of Wands is looking for stability. This is someone that's down to be in love and committed as long as they're in a situation that will not break its own commitment. A partner that doesn't forget their own partnership. Someone they don't have to worry about keeping. The 4 of Wands is saying, I value stability over everything. And you may have said this before, that if I can't find someone that truly understands commitment and loyalty, fidelity, allegiance, then I'm not interested. You guys, my pile 2s, are ready to be single forever than to be with the wrong person. You refuse to be in a relationship like the ones that you saw from your past, or the ones that you were involved in your past, or like your parents' relationship, or like your family's relationship, or like your friends' relationships. Maybe your friends are in toxic relationships. You have serious requirements and you are not open to negotiating or settling. I agree with that all day. I am with you on that. This reminds me a lot of myself, actually. But this is the thing that your partner has to say is, if you focus on the past or the relationships that have hurt you or scared you or discouraged you, if you focus on the scars of your past, you will invite in more of the past. You will invite in more experiences that leave scars and bruises. You will invite in more of what you do not want. This is why you must make peace, total peace, with whatever past relationships have left impressions on you. All of them. From the schoolhouse, to your teenage years, to your parents' relationships, to your own relationships, friendships, relationships with family members, strangers, people over the internet. You have to really protect your energy here. Pile 2, you have to really protect your energy. You have to even protect your energy from yourself. You have to protect your own energy from your own past. You have to protect your energy from your own eyes. A happy home or relationship is going to be so much harder to achieve with your past looming like a dark cloud over your present or over this relationship. I relate to this message so much because I spent a good majority of my life trying to avoid a particular relationship that I witnessed growing up. That relationship really scarred me as a child, and I focused on not making those same mistakes. I heavily focused on not making those same mistakes and on finding a partner that wouldn't make similar mistakes. And because I was so disturbed and disgusted by what I witnessed growing up, I couldn't heal from it. And I thought that I chose a good partner that would never hurt me in that way. Fast forward to 10 years later, and I manifested that same exact relationship that I saw growing up. And it almost completely broke my spirit. I realized a couple years after the end of that relationship that I had never made peace with my childhood, and because of that, I invited that same scenario into my life. And this is because that past, my childhood, had a lot of control over me, and I wasn't even aware of it. When I became aware, that's when I grabbed my past by the balls, and I told it that it no longer had any say-so over my future. I fought back by pushing myself to confront my past demons and my traumas so I could truly heal. I actually dealt with it. I ran from dealing with it for so long to the point where there was nowhere else to run. And so it's been 4 years now since I've actually been in a relationship, but it is the happiest that I've ever been because I feel as though my past is no longer influencing my present. I always sort of felt like there was this ghost following me around, and it was my own demons. And now my past has been respectively put in its place in the past. And I appreciate the past and all of the lessons that it's taught me, but now it is time for me to truly live a life without it influencing or dictating or manipulating my present, which is forming my future. So this is the bond or the tie that you need to break from, pile 2. It's the past. It needs to be released and healed. So your future isn't already shaped by what's already happened, but instead you get to create your future by living in the now. That's the most important thing for my pile 2s. And it's 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. You really want to heal from your past, whatever it is that you've seen that has shaped your idea or your view of people, love, and relationships. You have got to let that go. Because if not, you're just going to keep manifesting those relationships. And this future partner is saying they don't want to be a part of that. Your future partner wants to be a part of you building a stable, healthy, happy, peaceful home. The home that you always knew existed, the home that you always wanted for your family, for your relatives, for your friends, for yourself. This is the home base that you have always wanted. And your future partner is in alignment with your wants. Your future partner is saying, I also want this stable home. And we have the opportunity, the potential to build this stable home together. But if you allow your past to follow us into this home that we try to create, this home is never going to get built. And if it does get built, it won't be stable. It won't be secure. It won't be as healthy as it could be. It won't be as beautiful as it could be because your past is seeping in and it's poisoning it. It is toxic to your future. The past is toxic to the future. It's literally like E. coli. It's like bacteria that just spreads and it festers and it seeps into parts of our present, and the present forms the future. So your future partner is saying, I want to build this home with you. I want to build this relationship with you. This isn't just a relationship. Your future partner wants to build a family with you, whatever that means for you guys. Family means a lot of different things for different people. It doesn't always have to be the traditional, conventional way. There's a lot of different types of families, and they're all beautiful, so it's up to you guys what you say is home, what you say is family. And maybe that's something that you've also realized because of your past and because of the people in your life and their relationships. Maybe you've also realized that I want a different type of relationship, or I want a different type of home, or I want a different type of family. And your future partner is saying, I want that too. But the only way that this can happen is for the both of us, for your future partner as well as for you, to let go of any sort of hold that the past has on you. Because if the past has a hold on you, it also has a hold on your future. So let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, okay? See what else it is that your future partner has to say. The very first one that we have here. Look at this. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. Star ancestors, you guys. What does ancestry talk about? It talks about the root, where we come from, where we stem from. It talks about the past. The same thing I've been talking about all of pile 2, that you need to let go of the past. So this is coming up again, star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. There we go. Okay. It says here visualize. So what I'm getting with visualize is use meditations, soul retrieval. Soul retrieval came up for me a little earlier on in this reading, and I think I just forgot to mention it. But with this visualize card here, yeah, and there's somebody literally sitting and meditating right there. Okay, yeah. You could do some soul retrieval work. some sort of meditations that help to heal the past. 432 hertz music, that's very healing. 528 hertz, 741 hertz, 288 hertz, I believe also. I know those ones for sure because I use them a lot. But some sort of healing visuals, even color therapy. Colors can play a huge part in actually healing a lot of the subconscious mind, of trauma, past traumas, past pains, the past, things like that. As well as, yes, just a lot of inner work, a lot of inner healing is what I'm saying here. And then the card that we have here, look at this. Karma of Kutuhala. I don't know. I definitely probably butchered that name. But it looks like a phoenix rising from the ashes here. Doesn't that look like a phoenix, you guys? And what does a phoenix do? He rises from his own death. He transforms. He transmutes. He goes through a process of metamorphosis through death. So this here, I'm already getting a message with this here without even, because I'm going to read a paragraph of this card from the book because I'm still sort of learning this oracle deck and the cards and what they mean. But the thing that I'm seeing with this card here is, one, the thing that's standing out is the phoenix rising from the ashes. He rises from his own death. He rises from his own past. The past did not define him. His past life does not define his present incarnation, his present life. And then it says here, karma. What is karma? These are past ties, energetic ties to the past, lessons, things that we did not learn from, or things that we did learn from, things that we have encountered before. That's what karma is. These are things, lessons, energies that we've encountered before at some point in time, whether we learn from them or not. Let me read the definition of this card in the book. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail, you shall rise. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. This is saying to follow your bliss, follow what makes you happy. If love and relationships make you happy, if being with someone makes you happy, if you truly do desire to be with someone, if you truly do desire to have a family, that's what I'm getting from this card. If you truly desire to have a family, this is coming in now. If you truly do desire to have a family or to be in some sort of a committed relationship, do not be dissuaded, like this card says, by what you saw in your past. Just because the people in your life had certain relationships doesn't mean that you are destined to have that same relationship. We are all, literally every single one of us is walking our own divine, unique journey. So I feel like what this card is saying is, if you do desire that committed partnership or a home life or a family one day, but you've been discouraged from it because of what you saw, and maybe you've been convinced that people in relationships, they're trash, or no one ever stays faithful, or people always leave, people always abandon me, people always abandon others that I've seen. Do not allow your past and other people's predicaments to dictate your future. Because like I said, your future partner is saying, his message here, that the message from your future partner is very clear. Your future partner is saying, this is possible with you and me because you and me are both in alignment. You and me both want the same thing. It's possible. Your past is the one that says it's impossible. Your eyes are the one that says it's impossible. But it's not. It's very possible. You just have to trust in that. You have to find a way to release that past, because it really has a hold on some of you in terms of what is possible for me. What potential do I have with another being? What potential do I have with a family? Is this really possible? Can I truly be happy? Can I truly be with someone that's going to be committed to me? Yes, you can. Your future partner wants this for you. And I believe that a part of you wants this for you, but you have to be honest and admit that first. If that's something that you truly do want, the first step is being honest and admitting that, you know what, I do want this. I've just been discouraged. I've been hurt. My faith has been brutalized, but I do want this. And once you come to that conclusion, whether you do or do not actually want it, then you can start doing the work to sort of like clean out your house in a sense. You have to clean out your house. You have to clean out that past and say, you know what? What do I actually want? And if this is something that I do want, then I need to release everything that's happened in my past. And I need to go in this completely trusting. The way that the Phoenix, he does not enter into his new life with any sort of remnants from the past. He doesn't. The things that he needs to let go of, they turn into ash from his past life. And he rises from that. That's what you need to do. Burn your past to the fucking ground, turn it into ash, and rise from that. And set up a future where it's like, you know what? I'm going to prove to myself and maybe even to other people in my life that this is possible. Because it is possible. You are deserving of that. You are worthy of that. I'm going to go on ahead and flip a card from this deck here and just see if there's any extra messages. I won't be interpreting them. I'm just going to flip them and let you guys sit with them, okay? So give me a second here. Look at this, you guys. Do you see this? Do you guys see this? I'm sorry, my phone just went off. But do you guys see this? It says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So you're not expecting this. Like I was saying, you guys are not expecting this because of everything that you saw growing up, or because of your past relationships, or because of the relationships that your family and friends are involved in. It's like you just don't think that, like, your faith just may have been brutalized, where it's like, is this even possible? Is this even something that can actually happen? When you're surrounded by so many facts and so many truths supporting, almost like when you're surrounded by so many facts and truths, almost like supporting people being hurt or people not being in committed relationships, it's hard to keep that faith when you yourself have been hurt, or when you're surrounded by a certain type of a relationship or a certain type of outcome. It can be hard to go against that, but you need to be rebellious, even with yourself. And it says, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. This is underneath the deck. Beautiful. It's worth waiting for, you guys. And with this worth waiting for card, I'm also getting that it's worth believing in. It's worth believing in. Okay. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile twos. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I love you guys so much. I want to give all my pile twos like a really big, long hug because I relate to this message so strongly. And I just remember I know this. I know this pain all too well. And, I just want to give you guys a big hug. But, you guys are strong. You guys are warriors. I believe in you. And y'all are going to be okay. You guys are phoenixes, and a phoenix is a warrior, man. He rises from his own death. So you guys are warriors, all right? So thank you guys very much for tuning in. I want to thank your beautiful guys, my beautiful guys, our higher self, an amazing spirit itself, for delivering this amazing message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later, all right? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with the tarot cards first before getting to the oracle cards. And I'm not reading the tarot cards in any particular order. I'm just going to be flipping them all over at once and just divining the messages that I receive from them, okay? So let's go on ahead and start. The very first one that we have is the 2 of Swords in reverse. The 3 of Cups, also in reverse. And the 4 of Coins, another reversal, okay. Okay, so right away, there is something in the way that your future partner wants you to know about, or to be honest about, or to develop a cognizance of, develop some awareness of. The 2 of Swords doesn't just talk about mental conflict or stagnation. Like a lot of people will tell you, oh, 2 of Swords, like you can't make your mind up. When in reality, like the vibration, the energy, the guts of this card, of the 2 of Swords, is all about counterproductive. This is all about being counterproductive. I have this idea and that idea, and neither of them get along or make sense or coordinate. So there's an energy here of one thing not mixing with another thing. Looking at these cards, I'm seeing a part of your lifestyle, the 3 of Cups here in reverse, not working with the type of relationship that you truly want or need. Your future partner is saying that you guys, that in order for you guys' relationship to truly thrive, there needs to be a release of something that seems to have a hold on you, with this Four of Cups also in reverse. Because with the Four of Cups, we're dealing with the person that is holding Four Pentacles so tightly that he refuses to let go. And it's interesting because in the Four of Coins, he thinks he has a hold over the Pentacles, when in reality, the Pentacles are the ones that have a hold over him. He is refusing to let go, and because of that, he cannot receive either. He finds those Four Pentacles so valuable to him that he is willing to sacrifice or renounce other blessings and more pentacles that he could have. But he finds that he's just like, you know what? I'm not willing to let these Four Pentacles go. Even if it means I can get another 20 or another 50, I'm not going to let these four go. That's how valuable he finds them. So it's more so of like, he thinks he has control over something, when in reality it has control over him and is dictating a lot of his life. He's just not aware of it yet. So the Three of Cups, you may be someone that loves to hang out with a lot of different people, maybe go out and party, maybe drink. You may be a bit of a wild child. You may love living an exciting life, or you may want to live an exciting life. You may be a bit of a rebel. You know, you may just be someone that loves to live life to the fullest, and you love to do things in your way. You don't really like to restrict yourself from certain experiences. And while I don't believe in people suppressing certain parts of themselves in order to fit into any relationship, I don't care if it's your freaking twin flame. I could care less about that. I don't think anybody in any relationship, I don't think any healthy or good relationship, or a relationship that is destined for you, I don't believe it is going to ask anyone to suppress a part of themselves, their true self. But the thing that I'm getting here is it's not you having fun and living life that is the issue. It's this lifestyle, or a part of this lifestyle you live, that's not healthy for you in some way. And anything that exhausts your health can tarnish a relationship. So is there some sort of unhealthy habit you have? Or do you not know how to separate your friendships and your relationships maybe? Or does your family get involved with who you date? Does your family get involved in your relationship? There's a third party here, and it's not like it's another person like cheating, but there's this third party here, Three of Cups in reverse, that has the potential to sack a really good thing. And that's because it's not being managed or controlled in the way that you may think you have control over it, with the Four of Coins in reverse also being present here. This could be substance abuse, addiction, and you can be addicted to anything. It doesn't just have to be drugs. It can be social media, sex, attention from others, telling your friends or family what happens in your relationship, talking a little bit too much, gossiping, dieting, money, gambling, partying. I'm just listing things off my head, you guys. But there's a third party here that needs more supervision, or it needs to be completely removed from your life, because if not, it will be counterproductive, Two of Swords, to your relationship. These two lifestyles cannot work together. They don't coordinate together, like the Two of Swords talks about. They don't like mixing together, and it may cause tension. And like I said, anything that depletes your health is going to deplete your relationships, because what is not replenishing you, what is not giving you, what is not fulfilling you with life, or what is not filling you up with life, means it's depleting you. Means it's depleting you in some way, or it is trapping you in another way. And if that's the case, then that thing cannot be good for any relationship in your life, because whatever is good for your relationships is also going to be good for you. Healthy is healthy at the end of the day, all around, it's all around the board. Healthy is healthy, unhealthy is unhealthy, toxic is toxic, and that's that. So like I was saying, there's a third party here that needs to be looked at. And like I said, this third party can be an energy. It doesn't have to be a routine or a lifestyle. It can even be an energy. Maybe there's a bit of codependency here. You know, that's almost what codependency is. It's almost like an addiction, where it's like we feel like we need someone else. Anything you feel like you need that is taking from you, that is what is also going to take from this future relationship. Because these things, like I was saying, they don't fit together. So these two lifestyles, or these two energies, cannot work together. They don't like mixing together, and it may cause tension. So your future partner is saying, before we get to this place of unity and being together, We need to have our vices in check. They cannot rule us. Four of Coins in reverse. Our vices cannot rule us, because if they do rule us, they're also going to rule this relationship. So your future partner wants you to get things in order so your relationship will not be affected by this. For many of you on this pile, if you have intuitively selected pile 3, then you more than likely already know exactly what I'm talking about. Because maybe it's caused issues in your past relationships, or maybe it's caused issues in your own life. This may be something that a previous partner has complained to you about before. So if you've been wondering if there's something you need to let go of, get rid of, or change in your life, then this is your confirmation. Because like I said, it is counterproductive to your future or this future relationship. This is like the antithesis of what it is that you need or want. These two lifestyles contradict each other. They don't work together. Or these two energies don't work together. They don't want to work together. So not only do they not cooperate, not only do they not get along, they don't want to get along. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. See what else it is that we're seeing. A message from your future partner. And we have here, falling into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Wow. What were we talking about, you guys? Opposites. We have the Two of Swords here. These two things just don't go together. And it says, fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. This is talking about polarizing forces, polarizing energies. Energies on opposite ends of the spectrum. They just don't work together. Sometimes energies that are polar opposites do work together very well. Yin and yang. Those are polar opposites that fit together perfectly. But there's a lot of different energies as well that don't harmonize. They don't get along. And energy has two modes. Either it is harmonizing or it's not. Either it's cooperating or it isn't. It's not necessarily that it's good or bad. They're just either getting along or they're not. And then the next card that we have here is Whispers. This is confirmation. Some of you already know what you need to change or let go of. You've been told or have already made yourself aware of this. This is also telling me intuitively your higher self has already communicated this to you, that maybe this is a part of your life that maybe you need to walk away from, or maybe this is a part of your life that you've lost control of. You think you have control, like I was saying with the Four of Coins, but it actually has more control over you than what you're able to be aware of right now. Also, because we have this in reverse, some of you may have recently become aware of this, or you may have become aware of this at some point in time, and now you're working on it. Now you're trying to regain back control over that part of your life. So this is you really working to, and then we also have here, I just now noticed this, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is like steps. This is like steps someone's taking. So yeah, for sure, some of you that have intuitively picked pile 3, some of you are already taking that step by step process, because we have whispers here. Some of you are taking that step by step process in order to actually heal or regain control over that part of your life that you may feel is controlling you, like I was saying with this Four of Coins, because they just don't go together, like I was saying with the Two of Swords. So yeah, whispers is telling me that you've been made aware of this at some point. Many of you have. Somebody has communicated this to you. The next card that we have here is Shekinah. Don't know if I'm saying it right. All I know is that it is the Hebrew word for the dwelling place of the divine. And I'm going to actually read a paragraph of this card from the book, because I'm still learning these oracle cards here. This is a brand new deck. Okay, so what it says in the book is the spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. You guys, oh my fucking goodness. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. All right. Let me get professional. Okay. It says the spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe for you to rely on spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles. Grow your wisdom and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul. Treasure the gift of your path and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. So basically, this card is coming in to say the spiritual world wants to help you resolve your worldly concerns. Like I said, there is something here that is saying that your future partner is saying, hey, there's a part of your life or your lifestyle or your routine or your regimen. There is something that you have invited into your life that has taken control over you, and the spiritual realm is helping to provide you strength to overcome that, to override that, and to regain control over your own life. This got deeper than a message from your future partner. I feel like I haven't really spoken much about them. I feel like their message, honestly, is more so focused on your own self. You getting yourself to a place where you feel in control, where you feel good, where you are surrendering. Fall into my arms. You're look at that. It says fall into my arms. This is almost like your future partner saying, in a sense, I feel like my pile 3's future partner is saying, fall into your own arms. Fall into your own arms, or fall into the arms of spirit, or fall into the arms of the love that this future partner already has for you. Surrender, let go of what is holding on to you, because it has a hold on you. You don't have a hold on it. It has a hold on you, okay? Actually, I'm going to shuffle some cards here from this deck. Don't know the name of it. So give me a second. I'm just going to see if there's any other messages from your future partner. This got really deep for me. This got really, really deep. This is really, your future partner loves you so damn much that they're like, hey, right now, don't worry about me. Let's take care of you. Let's focus on you. Your future partner may also be at a point in their life where they're focusing on their own health as well, where they're focusing on, and when I say health, I mean mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. I mean all of the health, all facets of it. So there may be, they may also be focusing on their own sort of well-being right now as well. But I feel like even if they're not, your future partner is already rocking with you so hard that they're like, no, like you're better than this right now. You are better than this. Something has taken control over you and it's not your fault. It's okay. It's all right. I'm going to help you regain control over this. It's not just the spirit realm that's helping you do this. Your partner's higher self, your future partner's higher self, is also coming through to bring you some support and some strength and some love to get through this right now. I'm telling, like it's like this energy that I'm getting from this pile is like your future partner is like, no, we're going to take care of you first. We're going to take care of you before we even get to me and us. We're going to take care of you. I already love your future partner. I already love them for you. I'm not going to lie. I already love your future partner for you guys, okay? So I'm going to go on ahead and shuffle from this and just see what if there's any other messages that they have, okay? So let's give me a second here. That one flipped over. Okay. So we have here honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So like I was saying, this could also be dealing with like some sort of a addiction to money even. Because the Four of Pentacles does talk about, it can talk about money. It can. It's actually talking about sort of anything that's tangible, but it definitely can be talking about money. And then we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay, and then under the deck we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so this may be somebody that you're not normally maybe drawn to or interested in, but still, you know, this is someone that is the healthiest for you. And like I was saying, you seem like somebody that really enjoys the fast life, really enjoys the fun life. So this person may be very different from that. And then we have honeymoon. This sort of reminds me of fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. It sort of reminds me of that, this honeymoon card here, as well as this relationship may feel a little too good to be true to you. It may feel like it's just stuck at the honeymoon stage. It may feel like, how the hell did this person come into my life? You know, you may feel like that at first. But no, this is not a honeymoon phase. This is literally just you guys actually fitting together. This is you guys coordinating. This is you guys harmonizing. And like I said, with this Two of Swords here in reverse, we're dealing with things that don't want to fit together. So this person that comes into your life, it's going to fit together so smoothly that it's going to be like, wait, hold on, is this just the honeymoon phase? It's not. It's not. This is just an energy that is meant for your energy. This is an energy that works with your energy. Like I said, your partner, your future partner is saying, no, we're going to get you together first. Right now, we're going to focus on you because we need to get your energy to a place to where your energy is harmonizing with me and my energy is harmonizing with yours. So it's going to feel very like it just fits together so good. And then with finances and career, yeah, for sure. That could be a big factor that's playing into this right now, okay? So this is all that I'm seeing from my pile threes. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit itself for this message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later, all right? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards first before moving on to your oracle cards. I'm not reading your tarot cards in any particular order. I'm just going to be flipping all 3 of them over at the same time and just divining whatever messages come to me from the higher self of your future partner. So let's see the message that your future partner's higher self has to say to you today. Okay, so starting out here, we have the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Wands in reverse, the Hierophant, also in reverse. So right away, your future partner wants you to know that you've been wounded. Very, very badly wounded. Some of my pile 4s have been by relationships and love, by people that you trusted. With this 9 of Wands and the 7 of Swords in reverse, your future partner is saying you have to reconnect to your most divine essence, represented by the Hierophant here. The Hierophant in tarot is a man that embraces his ability to be a channel or a vessel for spirit. He uses his life and body as a way for mankind to stay in contact with the divine. That's why he is considered the Pope of the tarot, because the Pope is responsible for helping humans that have lost their ability, or maybe they lost their faith, to connect to the divine. So people go through the Pope, people go through the Hierophant to communicate with the divine. So we can kind of see the Hierophant as like the mouthpiece for God, right? He's the mouthpiece to the divine. But in order to connect to divine energies, you have to connect to your own divinity. We cannot do that when we lock ourselves away, 9 of Wands, or build a wall between us and others because we've been hurt. When we put up defenses because we're responding to pain, we don't just close ourselves off to pain and betrayal, but we also close ourselves off to love. When we block others out, we also block a part of ourself. I'm not talking about when we physically isolate ourselves, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally. When we build a wall around our heart and our energy, we lose our ability to connect to spirit. The Hierophant, the Pope, he has to be completely open. He cannot be behind a wall. If he's behind a wall, he can't connect to spirit. Whether it's emotional, spiritual, mental, or not, any sort of those types of walls is going to keep him from connecting to spirit, because he needs his energy to be open. He needs his aura to be accessible to spirit, to divine energies. So defense Nine of Wands here, that comes from fear. And it's not that it's a bad thing. There's a balanced and an imbalanced side to everything, right? So defenses come from anticipating an attack. So we fortify a barricade or a barrier or boundaries to avoid being attacked or hurt or disappointed again. Usually we don't think to construct a wall until after we've been burned or hurt or bitten the first time, right? That's when we start deciding to take more precautions. And so Nine of Wands is someone that has been through a lot. One way that he sees to take a precaution is to build a wall. So that sort of anticipating some sort of attack, that can breed anxiety, and that anxiety can easily become fear. These are very low vibrational emotions. Divinity does not operate on these frequencies. Love is a high vibrational emotional frequency. So we cannot feel love and fear at the same time. Fear is low vibrational, love is high vibrational. We can't feel both of those at the same time. When we are channeling the Hierophant, we are channeling or being a vessel for one sort of frequency. And so like I said, low vibrational frequencies and high vibrational frequencies, they don't operate together. So we cannot feel love and fear at the same time. We cannot feel peace and anxiety at the same time. Spirit, the divine, the most high is peace, love, stability. There is no fear when we are dealing with spirits of the higher realms. Defenses come from fear. So make sure that your boundaries have not been converted into barricades, barriers, and impenetrable walls. It is possible to protect yourself without walls and without developing these defensive mechanisms. The best way to protect yourself is to unapologetically love everything around you and to love everything about you. Love is a much stronger defense than a wall. And this is because love is actually a warrior, and love is the best warrior because it doesn't come from fear. The best fighter, the best warrior is somebody that doesn't have fear, somebody that is courageous, somebody that is brave. That's the best warrior. And that is exactly what love is. Love and fear, they do not operate together. When you feel love, you feel peace. Peace is not fear. Peace is not stress. Peace is not anxiety. It's like a lioness. A lioness loves her cubs fiercely, and because of that love, she protects them even more fiercely. Love will protect you, and love keeps you connected to your own divinity. Love does not require you to disconnect from that. So love is going to connect you back to source or to the most high or to your own self, to your own higher self. Love is going to connect you to more love. It's going to connect you to this future partner. So your future partner is saying to bring down your walls, demolish them. Yes, there will be conflicts always. That's a part of life and learning how to maneuver in this life. But love is your defense, and it's the strongest one you have. And it doesn't require you to disconnect from source, because if you are disconnected from source, you cannot truly love yourself or another being. Love is universal. Whether you love a friend or a relative or a pet or a partner or nature or the earth, it's the same emotion. It's just expressed differently. But don't allow these intense conditions or stressful conditions to disconnect you from yourself. Because if you do, it'll disconnect you from this future partner. So you may even meet this person and not even know that they're meant for you, or the relationship may be a bit rocky because you are not operating at your highest potential, which is in and through love. Love will bring you your peace with the Seven of Wands in reverse that you're looking for, and your connection with this Hierophant in reverse and this Nine of Wands here. Love is going to solve all of these issues. The Nine of Wands, by the time the Nine of Wands get here, it's because he's been through a lot. And that's why he's lost his need and want for inclusion. Because if you just look at the story of the Suit of Wands, starting with the Ace of Wands, where someone finds inspiration, a want or need comes to this person and they get motivated. Moving on to the Two of Wands, where this person begins to formulate a plan to bring this inspiration to fruition. Moving on to the Three of Wands, where this person finally embarks on that journey to claiming that inspiration. Moving on to the Four of Wands, where he finally finds a home somewhere he belongs and that seems stable, like it'll last forever. It's this person's first taste of accomplishing a dream of theirs. It's this person's first tangible, physical taste of that Ace of Wands that first inspired them. Then moving on to the Five of Wands, where something comes in to shake up or destabilize that home base that this person has created. But they overcome that battle, and that leads to their victory in the Six of Wands, where this person is on cloud nine, feeling as though they have rescued or recovered that stability that they first felt in the Four of Wands. Then moving on to the Seven of Wands, where this person deals with a surprise attack from people that wants what this person has. Moving on to the Eight of Wands, where we get to fast movement. There's no peace or stability in fast movement. And that's been this person's desire from the beginning, from the Ace of Wands, is to be still somewhere that they can call home, that they can love. Then we get to the Nine of Wands, where this person is so beat up and exhausted and tired, and they are just done. They are done fighting for that inspiration that first came to them from the Ace of Wands. That feeling that they first had, the reason that they set off on this journey. Yes, they have found victory and triumphs and success along the way, but they have also dealt with a lot of battles, a lot of heartaches, a lot of pain, a lot of violation. They've dealt with a lot of these things. So by the time he gets to the Nine of Wands, he's just done. He's done trying, so he decides to construct a wall to keep everyone out because he can't find peace with others. And that's what he tells himself. And I see here that this is what you are seeking, Pile 4. You're seeking peace and stability in love. So you don't have to fight or defend love, but you can just be happy. You can just be content. You can just be at peace. This is all you want. My Pile 4s, you guys are like, all I want is that feeling that I first felt in the Ace of Wands. That feeling of inspiration and love and passion and hope. That feeling that inspired me to set off on this journey. That feeling that inspired me to believe in something. That belief that pushed me to actually move and pursue this feeling. You have to release your fears of people and love and relationships, Pile 4. Love is your warrior. It is your comfort. It is your peace and security. Not these walls that have been constructed. These walls can't protect you. They're not going to bring you peace. They're not going to bring you comfort. Even when we hide behind a wall, it can be just as painful as when we are dealing with others. When we're dealing with disappointments, it can be just as painful because we're isolated, we're alone. And humans are not meant to be alone. We need our time alone. We definitely need our time alone. But human beings also need camaraderie. They also need community. And this is why so many people in today's time are feeling so disconnected. In the age of technology, in the age of the internet, we are feeling so disconnected, even though we could just log online and send somebody a message or something and communicate with someone that we've never met before. But we're feeling very disconnected because we are relying on, the technology to connect to other people. And we're watching other people through this false lens called social media. This is another reason why I don't have social media. YouTube is enough social media for me where people are faking it a lot. So it's like I don't need to be that involved in that. And not everybody fakes it on social media, not everyone. But there's a lot of that out there. And a lot of people feel the need to be a part of a trend. And to me it's almost sad to see it because people feel so disconnected because maybe they can't fit into that trend, or maybe they don't fit into that trend. And when they don't fit into a certain trend, it ends up working against them. And so they're feeling less valuable, less appreciated. And this ends up being disconnection. This ends up where it's like Seven of Wands. I'm just running into conflicts. I just want to connect to people, but I don't fit in here. I don't fit in here. You know why you don't fit into that? Because it's fake. It's not real. And you are real. You came from the Ace of Wands, Pile 4. You came from that feeling where you truly felt inspiration, you truly felt passion and love, and you're trying to connect to that. And the reason you can't connect with a lot of the peers in your society, with a lot of your own peers, with a lot of the people in society, the reason why my Pile 4 is, the reason why you guys want to isolate yourself from society is because you know it. You can sense that something isn't right. You can sense that something isn't real, isn't true. And like I said, you are a child of the Ace of Wands. So it may be very difficult for you to find your place in this world. Like the Nine of Wands, it's difficult for him to find his place in his journey of the Suit of Wands. It's difficult for him to find his place where he can just be still and be peaceful and be content and be happy. It's so difficult for so many of us to find our place in today's time on this earth, on this planet, because we know we don't fit into something for some reason. And sometimes we can't even put our finger on as to why we don't fit in. But we just know we don't. It's like, what is it? Like, why can't I fit in with everyone else? Because you're not like everyone else. And you are actually ahead of the curve. Because those people, they're going to realize later on that, you know what? I was wearing a mask, or I wasn't being real, or I was just wearing a certain outfit so I could fit in. And those same people that you're wondering why you don't fit in with them, those same people are going to turn around one day and eventually look at you and go, you know what? Wow, you're inspirational. You're inspiring me to be more true to myself. And this is what I feel like your future partner is trying to say to you, that there are certain things you're not going to fit in with. There's certain things that's just not going to mesh with you. And this is why you feel the need to isolate. And this is why every time you feel like you leave behind that wall, every time you feel like you do try to include yourself in the world, in society, you run into the Seven of Wands energy, where it's just conflict. It's just not working. That's because you are a true vessel. You are a vessel for truth with this Hierophant card here. You are a vessel for divine energies and spirit. These divine energies, they don't mix with trends because there's nothing real there. And like I said, there's nothing against social media. It doesn't mean that you need to like shut down your social media or anything, but it does mean that there's a reason that you don't feel like you fit in. And I don't know why I picked that up so strongly here. I know this is supposed to be a message from your future partner, but I feel like that's something that your future partner is communicating to you, is like, you know what? You don't fit in because you're not meant to. You're not meant to. You're meant to stand out. Just like the universe, when you go outside and you look up into the night sky and you see this big, expansive universe, there are some people that are meant to be as big as the universe. And there are some people that are meant to go outside and look up to the universe and be inspired by that, so they can find their own universe that lives within them, so they can find that own expansion that lives within them. But there are some people that don't know how to do that, so they become envious, so they create conflict for people that do know how to expand, for people that have found their own universe. In your isolation, you have discovered. And if you haven't discovered it yet, you're on your way to discovering that you are a universe. All right, you guys, let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards, because I spent a lot of time on these tarot cards, but it came through so strongly. So let's go on ahead and see what your partner has to say, what other messages your future partner has to say to you. And it says here, look at this. Look at, you guys, what was I just talking about? How you are like your own universe. You're like your own universe. This is a galaxy, but still, you're like your own universe. And you see her, she's sitting on top of her own galaxy. And it says here, wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. You are expanding. You're expanding. And that's why I was saying, there's nothing wrong with boundaries. There's nothing wrong with having a wall up. Just make sure that these boundaries have not turned into impenetrable walls. Make sure they haven't turned into barricades that you can't escape and that people can't get into. Make sure these walls haven't become so fortified that you cannot connect to your own source, okay? So don't let this world phase you that much that you lose your connection to your own divine source, because you are so different. You are a universe. You are a universe that is connected to your own universe. I forgot we had the Hierophant card here. Yeah. Wow. Wow, this is powerful. Okay, the next one that we have here is manifestation. Beautiful. Beautiful. So you guys may be trying to manifest something, and look at what we have back here. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's absolutely beautiful. There's like a whole kingdom or something back here. It's beautiful, like right over here. There's like a whole kingdom and a pathway to it. Yeah, you are building something right now. To you, it may feel like you're just isolated, you're just alone, you don't really understand what's happening. You're connecting back to your own divinity. You're connecting back to your own source. You're connecting to your own universe, to your own kingdom. And one of these days, you're going to feel so comfortable in it. If you haven't already connected to it, one of these days, you're going to feel so comfortable in your own skin that you're not going to want to hide your light behind a wall. You're not going to want to hide your universe behind anything, because the universe can't hide behind walls. It's too expansive. It's too big. So right now, like I said, your future partner is saying demolish those walls so your universe can expand, but it's happening. Allow it to happen on its own time. That's what the card wait here is saying. It's saying to allow this to happen on its own time because it's happening. And these walls will naturally just come down on their own. They'll naturally just melt away on their own. The more and more that you get used to connecting to your own divinity, connecting to source, the more and more you get used to it, the more that these walls will melt away, because the more that your universe expands, it's going to naturally just tear down any walls in its path. The universe cannot be contained. You cannot be contained, not even by your own walls, not even by your own boundaries, not even by your own barriers. You can't even contain yourself because you're not meant to. And then the next oracle card that we have here is Yogini of 285 Hertz. Okay, so I'm going to read the book, the paragraph for this card in the book. This is a new deck and I'm still learning it. Some of my oracle decks I like to learn from like top to bottom because they're so interesting. And this one in particular, I'm learning it right now. So let me get the book. Give me a second. It says changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Exactly. Those walls, they can't stay in your way for long. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. Okay, all right, let me keep going. You are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working, whether you realize that or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Exactly. It says here, let me just read that line again. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. That's why the card wait is here, because it's saying that you are naturally being guided and the spirit is guiding you. The universe is guiding you. Like I saw this pathway here in this card. There's a pathway here that's guiding you to this place where your universe is at. So this is naturally happening on its own time. This is all about divine timing for my pile fours. All about divine timing. The Hierophant spirit is really working on you guys right now. And this is why you may have built this wall up, because you knew that you needed some sort of safe place to finally connect to your own universe and to your own source. All right, so I'm going to actually shuffle some other cards, just one card for you guys. I'm not going to be interpreting it, but I'm just going to shuffle and show you guys the cards and let you figure out what these cards mean in your own. All right, so give me a second. It's funny. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. There's so much I could say. So much I could say. 9 of Wands, yeah. You're trying to control not being hurt or disappointed again. You are. But you also don't need to just destroy this wall right away. Let it unfold naturally. Divine timing. This card spoke about divine timing. It's happening on its own because you are connecting to source on your own. You're learning how to connect to source on your own. You're learning how to connect to your own divinity and how to trust that. So naturally, when your universe, when your galaxy starts to expand, those walls are naturally going to get demolished either which way. And then under the deck, we have this could be the one. You have already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so some of you guys may already know this partner. Some of you guys may have already met this person, and that might be while your walls are up because you're too scared to trust. Oh my God. You guys, if that's the case, it will happen on its own time where you learn to trust on its own time. It will happen on its own time. Your universe expanding on its own is you learning how to love without conditions, and to love without fear. Like I said, love and fear, they don't go together. They don't work together. Okay, so this is you learning how to love. This is beautiful. I am so excited for my pile fours. So this is all that I'm seeing, you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I know it brought me some. Yeah, I want to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, an amazing, awesome spirit itself for this message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later, all right? Bye, guys.